My name is Seth and this is the second video of the assembly. In this video we will complete the clutch disc assembly, and actually it is the hardest one because we have a lot of mates to deal with on this one. So make sure you follow me correctly on every mate because everything here is important. So let's begin by creating a new file and let's create an assembly. Here they ask you to add the part that will be fixed on your system, and it is the part 7, the master cushioning plate. So we will build all our assembly on this part here. So first let's rotate it about X and then about Y. Good. Now the next part to add is the part 12, which is the plate washer. Scroll down, plate washer. Now let's rotate it about X and 3 times about Y. Well, as you can see, there is just a cube here. I don't know why, but for you normally it will show you the plate washer correctly. Now if I click, the plate washer is like that. Make sure the cubes are on this side and not the other side. Now the first mate to add is the coincident mate between this face here and the face of the plate washer. So let's zoom in first and click on this face. Now if you click on mate, they will give you automatically the coincident mate. Then click OK. Let's exit the mate settings and click on move component. So what I'm going to do now is I'm trying to have the best positioning between the cubes and the hole here. And now I will add an advanced mate to get the exact centered position between the cube and the hole. So the mate to add here is an advanced mate. First click on mate, hide the standard mates and click on advanced mates. Here we have the width. And for the width selection, I'm going to select this face here and this one. And for the tab selection, I'm going to select this face here of the master cushioning plate and this one of the same part. Now click OK. This is the first width selection, and second one for the width selection, I'm going to select this face and this one, and for the tab selection I will select this face and this one. Good. Now you can see that the cube is exactly centered between the faces of the hole, and this is exactly the function of the width. So if you click on width, you can see that the constant here is centered. So the faces that I selected with the width selection are exactly centered between the tab selection of the same mate. Now let's exit the mate settings. And the next part to add is the cushion spring. It's the part 10. Cushion spring here. Now let's rotate about X and then about Y. Good. Now the new thing about this cushion spring is that it doesn't have a normal face. As you can see, it is a wavy sort of face. So the mate that we are going to use on this one is a little special. Actually, the special thing is not the mate, but the selection of the mate. So for the selection here, click here on the part 10 and I'm going to select the origin of my cushion spring. Here, let's go on view, hide or show, and let's show the temporary axis as we did on the differential system, if you remember. Now click on the origin here, hold Control. Now let's zoom in here, and as you can see, I have here the axe of the plate washer, and it's nearly the same with the master cushioning plate. So I'm going to select the axe of the plate washer by holding Control, so the origin is already selected, and then select this axis here, and then click on mate, and they will give you the coincident mate. Then click OK. Good. So this mate here replaced the concentric mate because we don't have an exact circle or an exact face to get the concentric mate. So we did this selection here, the origin and the axis, to get the same mate as the concentric mate. Now the next mate to add is the tangent mate between this face here and this one. Good. If you can see now, this face of the cushion spring is tangent to my plate washer. So click OK, and this is exactly the mate that we need. The next part to add here is the part 6, which is the hub flange. So let's rotate about Y, and then let's put it somewhere here. Perfect. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is to get the tangent mate between this face here of the cushion spring and the other face of the hub flange. So let's select this face here, select this face of the hub flange. Now click on mate and click on the tangent here. If you don't have the cushion spring exactly like that, you should just switch the mate alignment to get the best positioning. Now I need to get the concentric mate to avoid problems with the other part, so I'm going to select this face here and this one, and they'll give me the concentric mate. Click OK. Perfect. You can now exit the mate settings, and here I will need another cushion spring, and let's do the same thing with the hub flange. The next part to add here is the part 5, which is the spline hub. Perfect. Now we can hide the temporary axis, and the first mate to use is the concentric mate between this cylinder here, and I will choose this face. Now click on mate, concentric mate. Perfect. Now let's move our component to get a good positioning with the teeth. And here I'm going to select this face here of the hub flange and this face of the teeth, and I'm going to choose the coincident mate. Good. We're not finished yet because we will need the advanced mate that we used in a while, which is the width. First, let's hide other components. Hide component. Now I can see my parts here. Now click on mate, and let's use the width mate. For the width selection, I'm going to select this face here, and the second one is this one. For the tab selection, I'm going to choose this face of the hub flange and this one. and now the teeth are centered on the hub flange. Now click OK. Now let's show back our parts. Now the next part to add is the part 9, which is the hub dumping spring, which is this one. Let's put it somewhere here. Perfect. Here I will use again the advanced mate that we use, which is the width. So click again on advanced mates, width, and for the width selection I'm going to select these two faces of the hub flange, and for the tab selection you can just select this cylinder here. Perfect. Now let's use the same mate, but this time for the mate selection. So first click on width. For the width selection I'm going to select this face here, this inclined face if you can see it, and this one. And for the tab selection I'm going to select this one and this one. And now the last mate to add is the tangent mate. Get this hub dumping spring exactly here